So it's become a personal quest of mine to find a cheap pen body that will fit a Montblanc LeGrand Rollerball refill. That's what you see in here. And it's a Montblanc refill, but it's gigantic, both in length and width. And it actually comes in a broad, which the standard Montblanc Rollerball refills do not. And this is the standard European refill. It looks just like a Montblanc. This is a Pelican or Pelican 338. You can see it is long and skinny. It's kind of a European rollerball refill, that's what it's called. The Montblanc LeGrand, or Legrand, is much larger and will only fit in specialty pen bodies like a Montblanc 162, which sells for something like $400. It's not going to happen. I'm not going to buy one of those, but I do want to be able to use those refills. So I put together this wonderful contraption in front of you. It's taken a lot of time to engineer exactly the right pieces because the refill is so large. So what I have is the back half of a Platinum Preppy. That's a $2 fountain pen, $3 fountain pen. I use the crystal, but anyone will work. From the front side, I have the grip section of a Uniball Jetstream 3. You can see I tried to use the Jetstream 3 interior, but that piece right there, you see it's all chewed up, will not come out. Otherwise, this Jetstream 3 body would have been an okay fit on its own. So my problem then was finding a grip that would match the width of the Montblanc, a back half that would match not only the length but also the width, and then they had to match. You can see the match isn't perfect, but it's close enough. So just those three pieces were really difficult. What I did at one point was I bought off eBay a Montblanc front section, and you could see it's extremely wide and has a special interior that fits the Montblanc. Just to get an idea of the width, you could fit a whole pen in it. Like here's a Bic. The whole thing fits in there. Try that with one of your pilots or Jetstreams or something like that. Definitely will not happen. So you need a lot of width in there. Unfortunately, this is really hard to fit on things because it uses a really narrow threading, a really fine threading, and finding exact match for this that's not a Montblanc body has been exceedingly difficult. So I've been unable to do that, but I do have this and I was able to find it for a pretty cheap deal. Sometimes people want just insane amounts for this Montblanc hardware. So I was able to piece this together after a lot of trial and error, and I used the spacer from the Montblanc LeGrand refill in the back. I probably should have cut it down a millimeter or so just to get rid of this, but I'm also hesitant to tighten this down too much because these preppy bodies do crack. So this is really cranked down, but if I go any further, it's going to crack, I feel, and also probably over the next coming weeks, it will crack. The fit here is actually pretty good. I like that sort of more blunt end. Technically, I think it should go out another millimeter or so, but I'm pretty happy with that. The next problem is finding a cap, and you might have noticed the only cap I could find that fits is one with an extra large aperture or hole, whatever, and that's this cap from the Safari. I don't think this is a great long-term solution because I don't want to blow a $20 Safari, but just for now, it does fit. The pen, of course, is quite large and extremely ugly, but I guess it's done. Just for reference, here's it next to that Safari. See, it blows it away in length. A Sharpie and a standard Preppy. Adds a good inch to a standard Preppy. So definitely not practical, but honestly what I'll probably do is just leave it uncapped and try to use it a lot. I'm sure, given how much ink this broad rollerball refill goes through, it'll wear out quickly. So let's just see how it writes. This is the Montblanc LeGrand B Rollerball. And it's just a really broad rollerball. Could I have gotten this from a Schmidt, P8120 or 8120? Yeah, it's actually really close to this. But this became a little bit of a quest, and here it is. Not too bad for a desk pen. Actually, it looks pretty cool. Once you put the cap on, it actually looks kind of ridiculous. So I probably won't do that. But there you have it. The cheapest way I know of to use the Montblanc Rollerball refill. And the ironic part of it is the refill is large enough that you could almost use it as a pen on its own. It's like borderline for that. So there you have it. If you have any ideas on how to use the Montblanc Rollerball, the Montblanc LeGrand Rollerball refill in a cheap pen, let me know. This total cost for the preppy back and the Jetstream body would have been, and the Jetstream collet would have been about maybe call it $3 and $5, so $8 or so. And don't quite see a crack, but it definitely is going to crack. Anyway, this would have been around $8, and the refill itself costs probably more than that. So if you can beat $8, let me know. If you have any good ideas for wide body components, let me know. This has been an exercise in insanity, but appreciate you bearing with me. Thanks for watching.